Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Pose Season 3, Episode 3, you guys. So, the review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so in this episode, it looks like we are doing some time traveling. We're going backwards and forwards, and you know what? I can appreciate it. Those are the things that Shonda Rhimes was good for doing in both Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. And sometimes it's a clever way to tell the way a story goes. So we start in 1978 and we see Elektra. She's working out on the piers. Now, you know, this is not the Elektra that we all know and love, but somebody got to start somewhere, right? So Elektra's working the piers with her friend. But, you know, Elektra always has that stature, that way about herself. It really looks like she's not supposed to be there. Even when people pull up and want to take her, you know, to go do the work that she's out there to do, it's still very clear that she's out there, but she really shouldn't be there. Okay, so afterwards, I mean, she's making $75. That's more than what the rest of them are making. And she tells her friend it's because all of the Johns that come pull over, they know that she's not supposed to be out there. Okay, she doesn't deserve this kind of life. So she's working hard and they know it, so they give her more money. And you know what? In a while, she's going to be taking care of her own damn self independently. So, okay, nobody going to have to be giving her nothing. She going to have the finest wigs, finest clothes, finest apartment, going to eat at the finest restaurants. I was going to say diners, finest restaurants and all of that. Her friend was like, you trying to live like a white man. Her friend realizes that she doesn't have a key to an apartment. All right. And they out in the middle of the night. And Elektra was like, you dumb bitch. Like, are you crazy? I can't sneak at Tasha Jackson's house looking like this. I was like, girl, you better get to disrobing then. Okay. But she don't have any choice. She got to go home, right? So she gets home and she in the foyer trying to take off of her earring. I said, girl, if you was really going to be trying to sneak in, all that needed to come off before you walked in the house. Okay, because if she like most mama's sitting on the couch. So Tasha Jackson was like, boy, what do you got on? Elektra says, it's Halston. And Tasha Jackson mocks her, it's Halston. Come here. Now you can look at Tasha Jackson and see that she done been up all night waiting for her daughter to get home. And she ain't pleased about this. She was like, you up here walking around like you the man of this damn house, but the last time I checked, my name is on the damn deed. Don't you ever come up in my house looking like this again. Because Elektra, of course, had on her full afro, you know, beautiful clothes, all of the way that we're used to seeing Elektra. Honey, Tasha Jackson says she don't want no cross-dressing homosexual in the house. And Elektra said that she's not no cross-dressing homosexual. She is a woman. Mama said, take that shit off. All right, Elektra doesn't want to take it off. The mom starts snatching her wig off and they start tussling, right? The mom grabs her and brings her up to the mirror and was like, look at yourself. And they're staring, looking at themselves, real dramatic. This whole scene is very, very dramatic, okay? So I'm just trying to give you the, okay? She tells her to look at herself, so they're looking at each other in the mirror. And then Elektra says, my name is Elektra. It's not Dwayne, which is what the mom, you know, insists on calling her. Elektra snatches away from her and goes to her room, and Tasha Jackson was like, where do you think you're going? And she was just like, I'm leaving, okay? I refuse to be up in this house another minute with the way that you treat me. And the mom was like, that's fine, but everything in this house is mine, okay? Including that trunk. Okay, and you know that Elektra has all of her expensive clothes and jewelry and things in that trunk. And Elektra was like, okay, you can have the trunk, but what's inside is mine. Mama said, absolutely not. Everything in this damn house is mine. It ain't going with you. So Elektra takes nothing. Okay, get your ass up and get the hell up out of my house. Pushes her out the door. Elektra goes falling down to the ground. And then she gets up. This is when Elektra finds her strength. Honey, Elektra tied her scarf on her head, put her lipstick on. And she was like, this is who I am. Farewell, mother dear. And then she walks off. Yeah, melodramatic. But that was the scene that turned Elektra to the independent woman that she is today. Now, back to present day. Elektra is going to work. All right. When she's walking in through the alley, she sees that the police is watching her for whatever reason. And she can't worry about it. She goes inside and she's in her office, which is really, really nice. And I was like, oh, what is Elektra doing? Okay. And she's listening to her voicemail. You know, it's the people from the Hellfire Club calling, you know, the man misses her so much. And Lulu calls and was like, I know, you know, Angel is off in sobriety heaven, but Lulu is still struggling. Remember, I told you guys that Lulu didn't have the same support system that Angel has. So Lulu is going to, I hope we can get Lulu back. But she was just like, y'all don't come looking for me, you know, in some ditch or something. Okay, bye for now. So yeah, Lulu is having some problems. But anyway, Elektra, her secretary comes in there, and I'm still not really clear on what she's doing. You guys tell me what it is. Is it something that has to do with like porn on cell phones? Like, I'm not quite clear, but whatever. While she's at work, those same police that was watching outside, they now come inside. And, you know, Elektra was like, how can I help you? And they was like, we're going to have to take you down to the station for questioning. Okay. And Elektra was like, questioning for what? Okay, we're going to take you down to the station and then we'll talk about it there. So while she's in the questioning room, they ask her if she has any ties to the mafia. And she was just like, is that why you guys have me down here? You think I'm a part of the mafia? Yes, a black transgendered woman being in the mafia, I don't really think so. Okay, but anyway, evidently, the Hellfire Club is either ran by the mafia or they frequents, a lot of the mafia people frequent the place. Whatever it is, they want to know the ins and out about the company. And of course, Elektra ain't trying to tell them that. She was like, I done been, this ain't my first ride in the rodeo. I've been through this before. Okay, you guys don't scare me. Good cop, bad cop. And they was like, yeah, we gonna arrest your ass. So, you know, you need to come off. You need to come up off of something. So she was like, okay, yeah, I got some information for you, because now it looked like it may be a little bit more serious than she thought. And but she needs to call her lawyer. And they was like, okay, phone right down the hallway. So she rushes down to the phone booth and she calls Blanca. And when Blanca answers, she was like, why are you whispering? And she was like, because I'm in jail. Okay, well, she's not in jail, but she's at the police station, and, you know, it's getting real rough around here. She needs Blanca to go to the house and get the money that's in the trunk. Now, you know, of course, we know about the trunk. At the time, I wasn't thinking about it, but she was like, go to the house and get the money out the trunk, you know, where my valuables are. And Blanca was like, like, I'm not getting involved in that. And you know, Elektra goes on and throws a guilt trip on her. Like, I took care of you. You know, did I ask any questions when you needed this, that, and the other? So, of course, Blanca realizes that of course, we knew Blanca was going to do it anyway. Blanca's like, I can't break in the house. And she said, Ricky's been staying with me. He'll let you in. Okay. But Blanca, really, I'm scared. All right. And we don't hear Elektra say them kind of words too often. So Blanca knows she has to help her. So when she gets off the phone, though, they go on and arrest Elektra. All right. And throw her in the holding cell in the male holding cell. And of course, she doesn't want to be in there. She's very uncomfortable. And this is already the beginnings of how they treat transgendered people in the jails. So we see Blanca. She's rushing down the street with Angel. Not Angel, that's his real name. With Poppy. And they are going to Elektra's house. You know, they ring the door. Ricky rings them in. And when they go inside, Blanca goes to the closet where the trunk is. And so Poppy goes in there and tries to get the trunk, but he was like, damn, what's in here? And then he automatically thinks it's drugs. He was like, oh, no, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm not fixing to be moving no weight or nothing like that. What's in there? Well, Blanca doesn't want to tell them at first because she doesn't want them to get involved. The lesser people that know, the better. But they ain't going to help her move that trunk unless they know what the hell is up in there. So she goes and tells them the story about how, Elektra had the client at the Hellfire Club who overdosed, and she ended up having to put his body in the trunk because we already knew that as a transgender woman, that shit was going to go real left for her real fast in the jails, okay? And because they are also in the community, they understand this. So we taking the trunk out the house, okay, before the police come down there and be checking all around. So they pushing the trunk down the street and, trying to look as inconspicuous as they can as they run pushing a damn trunk down the street. I was just like, yeah, you guys don't look, nobody's going to notice you at all, right? So anyway, they get it back to Blanca's house, and it stinks because it stinks. It's a dead body in there. I know they wrapped it with whatever the cloth was and all that shit, but still, in Elektra's closet, she had a whole bunch of the trees, the pine trees that you hang in your car. She had a whole bunch of those. Well, I still don't know how that would cover up the smell of a dead body. I mean, it's just probably would smell like pine and rot. But now we at Blanca's house and we ain't got no damn trees. Now Blanca is trying to tell the boys how this trunk has history. This trunk has had so much things in it. So many things about this trunk is very, very important. So she tries to explain to them the importance of this trunk. So we go back to 1983 and we see a young Lulu. We see a young Candy before she died. It was good to see her again. We see a young Blanca and we see a young Elektra. This is when they were just the kids of Elektra and she was trying to take care of her, her kids. Elektra, of course, is distracted because she's got money problems. And now she's got these 3 girls that she's taking care of. So what is she going to do? Of course, Candy and Lulu talk too much and getting on her nerves, the same as they've always been. And Blanca is the caring daughter. So Blanca tells her, I will go and work the piers tonight. And Elektra was like, nothing doing. This is my house and I will take care of everybody and everything in it. So she gonna go work them piers. So now she's back on the whole stroll, okay? And while she's out there, she's looking and she sees a young Angel and a young Lamar out there. And, she's looking at them like, what are these kids doing out here? And then another one walks up, turns out to be Cubby. Okay. I'm telling you what, Angel needs to keep her hair short. I'm talking about fly. Okay. I love that short haircut on her. It was everything. She ain't got to have the big hair. It looks, her face is just beautiful. Anyway, Elektra goes up to him and was just like, what are you guys doing out here? Where's your parents? And they were like, they ran away. They met Cubby out there. they just kind of fending for themselves. So she was like, oh no. Okay. So she adopts them right then. Okay. Gives them her address, says, go to the house, tell Blanca, that I sent you there. You're going to be my kids, basically. So they didn't really have any choice, but you know what? What else can they do? They ain't got nowhere to go anywhere. They're on the streets. I said, what a different Elektra this season than we've gotten in the past. How you guys feeling about seeing the caring Elektra when we've only seen the Elektra that is self-absorbed? Are you guys buying this new softened Elektra? Okay, as they try to explain her backstory. Now, Elektra has 3 more mouths to feed. Okay, so she has 6 mouths to feed, not including her own. And what we gonna do? So they trying to figure out what they can do. So you know what? She tells them that she is Mother Elektra. Okay, and that Mother Elektra always provides. As soon as she says that, then the power goes out. It was like Mother Elektra forgot to pay the power bill. So now what we gonna do to get this power back on? So, the kids, they all trying to figure out what they can do, what they can rob. And Elektra was like, we will not behave as common criminals, but we will go get what's rightfully ours, okay? They are like, where are we going? She was like, y'all get dressed, let's go. So she takes it on back to her mama's house, okay? And Tasha Jackson and put in an air conditioning unit. And she was like, that bitch, I knew she was going to get something as soon as I left. Have Elektra up in there burning the fuck up. Anyway, they going to pull out this air conditioner. Now, it's the middle of the night. It's snowing. They loud as fuck. I was just like, you guys are going to get caught. All right. But no, they don't. So Angel and I think Lamar jump up there on the window pull down the air conditioner, and then we get Blanca and Elektra. They gonna sneak in through the window and go in there and get the trunk, okay? So they go in there. Now, they done made all this noise, dropped the damn air conditioner down on the ground. Ain't nobody woke up. Mama knocked the fuck out in the bed, okay? They go in the room. Elektra shows Blanca her jewels and all her, all her riches, everything that she's worked hard for in this trunk. And they get it, along with this picture that Blanca saw of Elektra and her mother. Blanca actually takes that. But anyway, they're about to leave out. They just going down the stairs with the trunk. Okay, now I don't know why Mama woke up when all this other damn noise was going on, but now all of a sudden Mama up. So Tasha Jackson was just like, you know what? You going to take that trunk? I'm going to go in and call the police. And Elektra was like, you go ahead and call the police. All right. And bring all the attention to the house when the police come here. I'll make sure that I call you mommy, and all of the people on the streets watching know that I'm your daughter. And, basically telling her that she's going to embarrass her if she does. All right. Or she's just going to be embarrassed by default because she knows that she still sees Elektra as Dwayne. So Tasha Jackson think about it. She says, you know what? Fine. That's fine. That means that you won't ever come back here. Take the damn trunk. Okay. And Blanca's looking at her like she's some evil woman. And she said, you think I don't grieve for my son? Okay. I prayed for my son. That's what I wanted, a boy. All right. And now here she come with this whole Elektra thing. And, she thought she was going to have a son that was going to be big and strong and take care of her and protect her when she got older. And Elektra was like, Mom, I'm stronger than any man out there. I would have taken care of you. I would have protected you. And the mom was like, okay, well, now that you put it to me like that, maybe we can work on something, baby steps. Mama don't want Elektra to be gone completely. She said, maybe you can just tone it down a little bit. And Elektra was like, tone it down? Hell no, her whole life is about toning it up. Okay, more of everything. This is what Elektra feels that she deserves. She will not tone down anything in her life ever again. Okay, she tells Tasha Jackson that I'm sorry that you won't allow yourself to see me, but your disapproving won't stop me from getting everything that I deserve, everything that I want in life. Goodbye, Tasha. And honey, Blanca and Blanca and Elektra walk out the door with the trunk. Blanca looking back at the mama like, I'm sorry about this, ma'am. And they close the door, and then the mama lets out a cry like, oh. I was like, Tasha Jackson, quit acting like you so hurt. Back to the day. So Blanca is at the house with Ricky and Angel, and then Christopher knocks at the door. She was like, fuck, I forgot that Christopher was coming over. Okay, you guys don't say nothing. Put that stuff away. So she goes to the door, and Christopher comes in, and he was like, what's that smell? Immediately he smells something. What's that smell? And she was just like, oh, you know what? Poppy just came in from working out. Maybe he stinks. And he was like, no, that's not it. He's like, yeah, I smell it. It's coming from in here. And then she says, oh, well, you know what? We've had a rat problem. I had to call the landlord and talk to him about the rats. He was like, it smelled like a whole bunch of rats is up in here. He said, oh, it's coming from this. I was like, nigga, can you not be all in this child's business? It's coming from this. Talking about the trunk. He go over there, he pulling the shit off of it because they had covered it. He's pulling everything off. And she was just like, that's Elektra's. Elektra wouldn't want you to go in through her stuff anyway. And he was like, why is it you're always holding me at arm's length? If we're going to be together, then you can't be keeping secrets from me. He throw the guilt trip on her. I said, girl, don't tell this man about this dead body that's up in here. This doctor that you didn't. And so, but it's clear that Chris ain't going to go. And she don't have a good enough reason why her house smells like all fucking hell. So what can she do? So she tells him, Elektra had this client. He overdosed. We put him in the box because the way they treat transgender people in the jail, we already knew how it was going to go for Elektra. They don't treat us well. Basically that's why we did it. And Christopher, instead of him, because honey, look, I would have been like, you know what? Listen, I love you and everything about you, but a nigga is not trying to catch a case. Especially on somebody that I just knew for 7 months. I'm figuring this is about 7 months or so. And yeah, but no, Christopher, he's in for the long haul. He was just like, I'm sorry that you guys went through this. He wants to be there for them all. All right, so we gonna figure out what we gonna do with this trunk. I was like, look at Chris trying to stand up. Do you guys think that was realistic? Or do you think that this was just fantastic fantasy type writing? Okay. In real life, do you think Christopher would have helped him? I mean, maybe he would have. But what are the chances of that? Anyway, you guys, it's just a show, right? Let's just stick with the story. So they find out that Elektra's bail has been set. And so they all go down to the police station. They get her out and she's sort of looking like, what is Chris doing here? And she said, you know what? I had to tell him because she said, I called you. I didn't call Chris. And she was just like, listen, Elektra, it's going to take a whole team to get rid of the skeletons in your damn closet. You know, so Elektra can't really say nothing. So she just kind of storms out. Now let's jump it on back to 1983. Elektra then did what she had to do with her trunk of jewels and beautiful clothes, and now she's got a fine home for her kids. All right, she take them into the house and they think that they about to rob the place, you know, trying to figure out how to get the shit out of there. She was like, this is not a place for you to rob. This is where we live in. They was like, how did you do this? Don't you worry about it. Okay, a woman never tells. Just go on and appreciate, because this is what you deserve. You guys are never going to want for nothing. Okay, this is the house of abundance, honey. And Elektra's making sure she's taking care of her babies. So they're happy. But it is a little hard to believe. So, you know, Blanca's walking around. She's looking around. She sees the trunk. The trunk is empty, but the only thing that's in there is actually the picture of Elektra and her mother. And so, you know, Blanca picks that up, and then Candy comes to the door like, bitch, we trying to celebrate. You gonna drink this champagne or what? You know, and still Blanca's like, don't you think this is just a little too, like, this is too much? Candy don't care. This nice. This where we staying. This where our mother say we staying. We good. Back to the present, though. They're arguing about what they're going to do with the body. Elektra doesn't think any of this is a good idea. All right. And Chris says, we've already taken all the necessary precautions. Nobody is going to get caught. Don't worry about it. But still, Elektra was just like, first of all, you shouldn't even be involved in this. But she doesn't say that. You can tell that's what she's thinking. But really, what choice does she have? You have a dead body. Okay, what are we going to do with this? So they get to wherever the destination is that they're going. It's Poppy, it is Ricky, it's Elektra, it's Blanca, and it's Chris. So Chris and Poppy and, you know, Ricky, they get in the damn trunk out the back seat and they drop it. The body rolls out. You know, and you can imagine, I was like, where the fluids and shit? Because the body, you see a hand flap out and, you know, Chris throws up and it's really gross. I can imagine they're like, this shit stinks. I mean, I'm imagining, wouldn't the body have been falling apart and shit? I don't even know, you guys. But somehow they get the body back in the fucking trunk. And then we got to take it on down to the pier. Can you imagine what everybody must smell like being in this thing and then having to stuff a body back into the fucking trunk? You know? But anyway, they take it to the pier, to the edge of this pier. So they're in a section of the water where it's contaminated from bacteria from some plants that are right by this pier. And so they're going to throw it over there and the body will get broken down quicker because of the shit in the water. And this is the best that we can do. Okay. So Blanca and Elektra are talking, and Elektra is just saying how she actually has followed this person's family and followed the history. Anything that she could find in the news about this person, you know, she made sure that she kept up on it. And, you know, she's kind of feeling bad that this is what they're doing. But Blanca's saying that, you know, they're going to give this person a place to rest, you know, even though it's kind of, you're going to get eaten up by the bacteria in the water. Like, still, this will be the final resting place for this person. He won't be stuffed up in some damn trunk in a closet any longer. And so Elektra was like, okay, you're right. You know, this is a good place for him to go, you know, toss him in. She just turns around and walks away. And Elektra's a mess. So they take it on back to the house. All right. And they're sitting around eating like nothing happened. Blanca and Chris are over there, you know, they kind of whispering, you know, and Elektra was like, I done already told you guys no secrets at this table. What are you guys whispering about? And Chris says, well, you know, I kind of know a few people, a few places, and I called in some favors, and you know what? They dropped the charges. And Elektra is mad about that. Okay, so she jumps up and she storms out the room, and Blanca follows her, and she was just like, first of all, I didn't ask you to tell Chris to do anything. I asked you to do something. How am I going to pay this man back? I don't like being, having to owe any man anything. I don't like that shit over my head. And Blanca was like, first of all, that ain't any man. That's my man. Okay. And I can tell you that I did all the heavy lifting in this whole thing. Okay. But Elektra still is not happy about this. And Blanca was like, listen, I did this because of what you did for me. What you did for us back in the day. I know you sacrificed. I know what you had to go through to do what you needed to do. So yes, this is what I planned to do. And we did it. So, Blanca gives her uplifting speech like only Blanca can do. We gonna get at least 1 or 2 uplifting speeches per show, I have decided, and they are getting to be quite cumbersome. Especially if you're a cynical type person such as I sometimes. And I'm just sort of like, okay. But you know what? The uplifting speech does help Elektra. She says she did a lot of wrong in her life, but you know what? She obviously did something right with Blanca. And Blanca tells her how she's about to go to nursing school. And now Elektra is so proud her daughter is going to be a nurse. Okay, so she goes out and she tells everybody at the table, you know what, my daughter is going to be a nurse. Okay, celebrations all around. And Elektra's so proud of her. She's found her purpose. She's found her love. She's found her mission, her family. Okay, Blanca's done all of that. And, Blanca says, remember when the first time that we walked as House of Abundance? And we jump it on back to 1983. So now we see Pray Tell, young Pray Tell, still up there giving everybody hell as the House of Capricorn is up there walking. I guess the theme was like fairy tales or nursery rhymes or, something along those lines. And House of Capricorn is a hot fucking ass mess. And of course, Pray Tell is letting them know that. Okay, just talking about the costumes and everything. So yeah, child, they get 4, 5, 6s. It's nothing. So, Pray Tell says, we got a new house that's walking. Okay, House of Abundance. All right, so now we get to see them as a house because you guys know the first season, Blanca had started her house, so we never saw them all together as a unit when they were young. So now we got House of Abundance. So first person walks out is Lulu. Okay, Lulu looking good. Lulu is coming out as Rapunzel. Lamar and Cubby come out. Next person we have Angel. I'm talking about that Angel's hair is fucking fierce. Every time I saw her face, it was breathtaking. I mean, it is so, this short hair is everything, you guys. That Angel comes out and she is Little Red Riding Whore, as Pray Tell calls her. Okay, beautiful. Then we have Candy come out. Candy is Sleeping Beauty with a goddamn mattress on the back of her head. All right. Pray Tell said all you got to do is just lay back and go to sleep when you feel like it. And then we have Blanca come out. Blanca is Snow White, with her apple. She's throwing the apples to everybody. And then she takes a bite out of it. She looks very pretty as well. And then, of course, bringing up the rear, we got Miss Elektra, honey. Elektra comes out as Maleficent. And just as, a lot of drama, a lot of circumstances, is glitter, honey. She has on her crown. She is, the whole thing. I loved it. I'm telling you, I love this because I love Broadway and I love the stage and I just love to see people just perform. So this is right up my alley, my favorite part of the whole damn show. And of course, they get 10s across the board. They win. House of Abundance has made a name for themselves already. This is the house to beat. So that's how it ends, you guys. When they go back to the present, Elektra's telling them that she's going to be a nurse. They're celebrating, they're drinking their champagne, and everybody is excited, and Elektra just kind of looks around like she finally has her family. Like I said, how are you guys feeling about these slight changes in Elektra's personality? Not slight, they're very much there. In Elektra's personality, because we've never seen this side of Elektra in the past. And not saying that the writers shouldn't be able to change up a character as they wanted to, but I'm just trying to figure out how realistic is it to the thing? Or should we just enjoy the story for what it is? Let's just enjoy the story for what it is, you guys. We've already decided that it's not quite, we're not as happy with the direction of the show. So ain't no sense in beating a dead horse. It is what it is, you guys. It was I did enjoy the episode. Even with the melodramatics, I still felt like it kept me there. And it was a feel good at the end. So, I mean, we gonna take feel goods, baby. We gonna take feel goods. Y'all let me know what you thought about the episode. All right, you guys, let me get on off of here. I'm gonna get this edited and get it scheduled up to come up Tuesday morning, because tomorrow at work, I have to be 100%. I was so stressed today at work. You guys don't know how, I know all y'all sick of me saying it. I need to stop saying it. Lord, let me just claim a de-stress and a easy day tomorrow at work. Let me just claim it. Let me just claim it, you guys. I'm about to go pour me a glass of wine, no, and relax for the rest of the night. Anyway, you guys, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. The channel is itsrox. It used to be for itsrox, and I'm still for itsrox anyway, but the channel now is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right? All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Goodbye.